Jamaica, and all the people who love it. Come on.
I was flying through the stars, looking up at forever.
Look around, it's a we could be.
Like a lady, and I'll show you, man. Celine, mercy, 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 the man them inna the party. Say a little prayer for you. Have you ever been
Freezing, high and leaping, girls skinny dipping, a woman strip teasing.
I hope you all are doing well. So in this video, we're going to be looking at the career of one of our gems in the music business, Diana King.
Oh Lord, have mercy, mercy, mercy. The man at the party, party, party. Da, da, da. See, the whole of them sexy, sexy, sexy. Watch them just follow me, follow me, follow me.
6, 7.
Diana King was born on November 8th, 1970. She is a Jamaican-American singer and songwriter who performs a mixture and fusion of reggae and dancehall music. She first made an appearance on the notorious B.I.G.'s 1994 song entitled Respect, and this was from his album Ready to Die.
Listen, I was gonna cancel the show, but I was like, fuck that. All my peoples is from Jamaica. I'm coming out here to represent for the whole J.A. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop and all. Dr. Lucas said he's gonna be a bad boy.
So great to have you in the studio with us, Diana. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Just sort of going back to the time when you got your big break with Notorious B.I.G. Now, this was back in 1994. Respect, right, was the name of the song?
Yes.
Now, the thing is, how did you get that big break?
You know, we didn't even... It wasn't known that it was a big break because at that time no one knew who Biggie was and no one knew who I was. Puffy said, oh, I need a female
Vocalist,
Jamaican flavor because I have this new artist, and that's how I ended up with being on the song. It's just one of those things that like we didn't know when you're doing it, like we had no idea that
it would be that big.
King's next single was Shy Guy, and this was co-written and produced by Andy Marvell, and it was released in 1995. This song, it only took them 10 minutes to write. It became a hit, and it peaked at number 13 on the Billboard 100 chart, and it was also certified gold by the RIAA in the US. The single also hit number 2 on the UK single charts, as well as reaching number 1 on the Eurochart Hot 100 singles chart. She went on to sell nearly 5 million singles worldwide. Shy Guy was also ranked by the Japanese radio station J-Wave as the #1 song of 1995. In the UK, it had a place in the top 10 for 7 weeks. It served as a single from the soundtrack to the 1995 film Bad Boys, in addition to being the lead release of their debut album Tougher Than Love, which was released on April 25, 1995. The album peaked at number 1 on Billboard's reggae chart, number 85 on the R&B chart, and number 179 on the Billboard 200 chart.
Love triangle.
Diana then had 2 follow-up singles. One was Love Triangle, and that peaked at number 85 on the R&B chart, and Ain't Nobody, and this was the soundtrack to the film My Best Friend's Wedding. Her second album, entitled Think Like a Girl, was released on the 30th of September 1997, and it entered the Billboard Top Reggae Albums chart at number 1. The album then spawned 2 more US singles with La 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 Lies and Find My Way Back, in addition to Super Lover Boy, which was released exclusively in Japan.
12 o'clock last night in a club. You want a girl to do the rubber dub dub.
King was also featured on the 1997 soundtrack to the documentary When We Were Kings, where she performed the title track with Brian McKnight.
Now, Brian McKnight and Diana King. In every soul, there is a memory of standing tall.
In 1998, King joined Celine Dion and Brownstone on stage to perform the hit Treat Her Like a Lady, and this song was previously written and it was on her album Tougher Than Love, so she was able to perform this at the Essence Award. She also appeared on Soul Train and the RuPaul Show and Vibe, which she did to promote Think Like a Girl. She also appeared with other artists such as Toots Hibbert, Ziggy Marley, Buju Banton, Maxi Priest, Shaggy, Tony Rebel, I3, Brain Gold, Handel Tucker, Lowell, Sly Dunbar, and Mikey Bennett on the charity single Rise Up with Jamaica United. In 1999, Diana King then had a 5-city tour of India. In 2000, she entered into negotiations with Madonna's Maverick record label. And then in 2002, King premiered her single Summer BT and VH1 video outlet.
Girl skinny dipping a woman straight teasing. I wish it was summer for the whole 4 seasons.
It received some urban radio airplay. Her third album, Respect, was released on the 24th of July 2002 in Japan, with plans for other markets such as the US and Europe, which were eventually cancelled. However, it finally received a release in other markets such as the UK, and this was on April 17, 2006, and the United States on April 28, 2008. In 2006, Diana King then released a single entitled Spanish Town Blues for a Taxi Records compilation album with Sly and Robbie. In 2007, King co-wrote and recorded the song The Light Within with the German reggae artist Gentleman for his album Another Intensity. Additionally, Diana King also collaborated with Sarah and Kid Capri for a single called Get Me at This Party. Later that year, Diana King formed her own record label, Think Like a Girl. In 2009, Diana King collaborated with Richie Stephens on a remake of the ballad The Closer I Get to You for his album Forever.
Your love has captured me. Over and over again, I try to tell myself that
In 2010, King's record label Think Like a Girl Music Inc. went through a licensing deal with Warner Music Japan with the release of her 4th album, Warrior Girl. This album was released in Japan on the 22nd of September 2010. It was led by the single You Don't Know, which was released that same year.
Diana King in rehearsal for upcoming gigs in Tokyo and Osaka. She's had a dependable Japanese following ever since Shy Guy.
The fans, they're just up from the first song and they're there with you. They're singing the words. They know all the words in English and patois.
Warrior Girl is extra special to King. She wrote and produced all the tracks, and the album was inspired by her diagnosis of multiple sclerosis in 2006.
You're a warrior.
I shouldn't be standing here, pretty much, but it was music, writing all these songs, and I have not taken one drug for it or anything. It's just the good vibes and the music, and Warrior Girl is about that. Just feeling so down and feeling like it can't get any better because you have this illness and they say this and they say that, and I don't want to take all this drugs. And I just started to take care of myself better and told myself I don't have that. I'm going to write these songs and now I'm better.
2010 is the 15th anniversary of her 1994 hit Shy Guy, which sold more than 500,000 units in the US alone.
2011 version. Shy Guy, 15 years old. And then Shy Guy. Oh, where are you, babe? Oh, I don't want nobody.
Diana King also recorded a track entitled Bounce for another Taxi Records compilation album.
Yeah. No, I'm the man, them on beat up, them man. What? King sing up on this version.
For the international release, however, King changed the title of the album and it was released on her birthday, which was on November 8th, 2012. Two more singles, which were Closer and Jeans and T-Shirt, were released in 2012.
All the music, the genre of music that I grew up listening to, the R&B, the pop, the rock, mixed with reggae, seasoned with reggae. You can hear Shaka Khan, you can hear Anita Baker, you can hear Patti LaBelle when I do those high notes. I was attracted to those singers. I think not because I wanted to sound like them, but I realized that my voice, I could relate to that type of singing.
So for many years, people have wondered whether King was a lesbian or not. In 2012, and she made a statement on Facebook, and I quote, "I answer now, not because it's anyone's business, but because it feels right with my soul, and I believe by not answering or hiding it all these years somehow makes it appear as if I am ashamed of it or that I believe it's wrong."
Where in Jamaica are you from?
I was born and raised in Spanish Town.
Spanish Town,
Yes.
right outside of Kingston.
Yes. The first capital.
The first, oh right, that was the capital before Kingston.
With coming out, it was a journey. Of course. Even throughout this conversation, I kept saying, I'm always rebelling against something, even silently. And so, I didn't know I was gay. I didn't know.
Okay, I relate to that.
Jamaica is so homophobic. Even gay people are homophobic.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've had my moments.
And I've shared that I was extremely homophobic.
Yeah. No, there was no role model.
There's no role model, so you don't even know. So you don't.
And that's
you don't imagine yourself.
Yes, that is why I came out, because it wasn't the only reason. First and foremost, I had to be authentic. Like I had to. I think that was missing from my life, because in every other way, I am myself. Yeah. For a while, I would go to Jamaica and I would go to the private parties, and I would see when I this is what I saw when I walked in, people were like, "Oh my God, no way!" Like, what? Or I knew it, or something like that.
King actually has 15 siblings, and after she came out, she was only close to one sibling. King came out to herself in her 20s, but it took decades for her to feel comfortable with it publicly. King was the first Jamaican artist to ever come out publicly. King was honored for her bravery on the 16th of December 2012 and was presented with the prestigious Vanguard Award at the Out Music Awards in Las Vegas. In 2018, King announced that she married her longtime girlfriend, Jamaican violinist Majine Webster. On September 12, 2018, they announced via Twitter that they identified as non-binary.
When I woke up from surgery almost 5 months ago, I knew immediately that this was one thing I would never regret. Like having my first child, never regret. Being authentic, never regret. I felt like I was born again. Yeah, no regrets. I absolutely love it. Oh my God.
November 13 to 19 was Trans Awareness Week, and Diana King celebrated by posting this picture over on her Instagram and Twitter accounts. In her comment section, someone wrote, "All I know, I got hell here." Then she tagged that person and said, "Your words are telling. I'm sorry your life feels like hell right now. I wish you all the very best." Someone else said, "What a waste of beauty." She responded by saying, "What a waste of beauty it truly is when you hide your authenticity and choose to live a fake and miserable life because you are afraid of what society will think." When I posted it on my Instagram page, several persons in the entertainment industry, they were genuinely shocked to see this picture. We have Nigo saying, "Shake my head." Razor B saying, "This is the biggest lie for 2024. Twins of twins, 2 locks says, "Guess she took her last name way too seriously." Double X from TOK said, "What a waste of what was a beautiful woman, an artist." Somebody tap Foota Hype and say, "Wake up yet, come look ya, please." Foota Hype come over and say, "Kiss me tea."
In 2020, they clarified their pronouns were he or him, she or her, and they or them. In August 2021, they announced via Twitter the death of their daughter, Shalamar Diana Wright. She was born in 1987, and Diana had her at the age of 16. So on August 13, 2021, she made a post on Twitter, and she said, "Death keeps it real and puts things into perspective. I never imagined having to make the decision to either keep my daughter on permanent life support or allow her to pass naturally as the free spirit she was, in peace and with dignity. I am grateful the answer was clear. Hashtag Shalamar."
Thanks that the sun shone down.